Okay, here we go. Full disclosure, what I'm doing is I'm going to be starting up Rust. I was sent a water cooler from somebody. Now, I don't have the newest system in the world. I've got an old system and I idle, you can see there, round about 60 degrees without anything running. Maybe 50 degrees, but now I'm starting up Rust. I have a 970 GTX that was donated to me by somebody. I have an old 4790K CPU, 16 gigs of RAM, DDR3. It's not a great system. It's quite old, so I figured what I'm going to do, start up Rust, see what kind of temperatures I'm getting on my CPU, on my old CPU, with its OEM cooler, put in the new cooler and see what difference it can make, because I know that Rust uses a lot of CPU power and I want to try and get the best performance possible. So, you know, let's see what happens. Okay, I'm in. So now it's nighttime. What I'm going to do is just basically do a couple of random things, walk around, get some movement. Let me just check the graphics quick. I'm going to set the frames to 144 so that I can actually know what frames I'm getting. Okay, so I'm pulling up my frames per second now, and you can see it's okay. My graphics settings are, you know, I'd say medium. I'm going to turn them a bit higher just so I can get that CPU to work. Obviously, I'm not looking at frames per second right now. I just want to get the CPU nice and toasty, just to see what temperatures I'm getting in game. Unfortunately, I can't open up the hardware monitor properly and Rust at the same time because I'm, you know, on one screen. But I can't open. Okay, but you can see there it is. Ooh, it is quite toasty. 99, 95, 90. Okay, that's a lot of temperature. I'm gonna go back in game. I'm just gonna alt tab backwards and forwards so we can constantly see if it's changing. Ooh, gonna get shot. That's great. Make that CPU work, baby. Come on. Check in. Oh wow, I'm on 100. Okay, this is Celsius here, guys, not Fahrenheit. This is quite warm. So what I'm going to do is shut down, install the cooler, and see what difference it makes. Because that is not okay, I'm sorry. As soon as I open up OBS, I'm going to basically die. So I'm going to actually, let me stop the recording, make it as raw as possible. You can see for yourselves. Okay, so this is the cooler. It's a 120mm fans mounted to a 240mm radiator. This is the company, Big C, South Africa, and they package all their open loop water cooling products with thermal grizzly cryonauts. Apparently it's the best thermal compound in the world. It gets 5 degrees less than regular other compounds. This is the closed loop kit though, so it can't be changed. All the pipes are sealed, braided. It's got like a rubbery feel to it. It feels fantastic. It looks good. And this product is a lot cheaper than the rest of the all-in-one system, so I'm quite excited to try it. It's got a nice little block on here, and what I've done in the interim is I've taken out my old fan. It is the i7 4790K CPU in here. It is a great CPU. I'm not even going to remove it and clean it and shit. I just wiped it. Look at all this gross in one photograph. It's fucking disgusting. Took out that fan from the top here, so I'm no longer going to have a fan on the top, and I'm just going to, I've removed all the fans. I'm just going to put these nice little NZXT grills back on to cover it up. I'm going to mount the radiator right under here. It's going to be pretty cool, and then it's going to clean the inside out a lot more, because at the moment, if you have a look, sorry, the sun is in my face. It looks very simple at the moment. It's just literally going to be a water cooler, exit fan. It's going to have an entry fan. And then as a result of taking out all these other fans, I'm going to remove this fan controller because that is no longer needed. I'm very excited for the new cableless PC. And of course the quieter PC. Here is the backing plate that you put behind the motherboard, and then the screws over here actually mount on top of the motherboard. In those holes there by the CPU, those screws are only going to be visible. That's the disgusting fan I took off. That did not look okay. I never took the CPU off during the duration of my computer ownership. I've bought the motherboard pre-owned with the CPU mounted. I didn't even check it. These are the brackets to mount the cooler to, and a bunch of other extra ones if you've got AMD and other types of shit that I don't really care about. Make sure when you're busy installing this kit that you use the most disgusting screwdriver you can find. I personally use the screwdriver to open up paint cans. So I was going to grab a nice clean one, and I thought to myself, you know what? No. And then finally a set of instructions that you can follow. But of course we're not going to do that because real men don't read manuals. Unfortunately, due to a rogue piece of corrupt audio and a very irresponsible save, I lost the audio. But basically what I'm saying to the camera, I very easily fitted the radiator with 4 screws, and that I'm going to be putting the grills back to prevent dust from going inside the machine. You know, nothing crazy, nothing too technical. And this is where I'm going to be mounting the cooler. Now back to the salvaged audio. Yeah, of course I'm located at my work table, as you can see here. This is the table that I'm busy restoring. Decided to work here. Hey bud, how's it going? You right? Are you good? You know you're not allowed there. Now the reason why I'm working outside is because my wife said I need to be outside more. So, joke's on you. Okay, so I've mounted the little bracket thingies under the thing. Hello Mr. Flak, how are you doing? You look fantastic today. Why thank you. And now it's just a matter of mounting it like this onto the motherboard, but of course thermal paste first. So we've got the thermal paste. It's literally one of those single-use solutions. Tiny little spatula vibe, certificate of origin. Well, that should probably censor that out. So they say there's no wrong way or right way to install this stuff. Let me just quickly YouTube how to install this stuff. One sec. Okay, so what I did is I watched about 30 seconds of YouTube videos on how to apply thermal paste, and apparently I'm an expert now, of course, because YouTube told me so. So according to YouTube, they said you mustn't spread it using a spatula. Using a spatula is apparently not a good idea. Not sure why they would include one, but apparently the P method would be the best way to do it. So you just got to put a P-sized ball in the middle of your CPU. Apparently it's very stringy. Looks pretty fucking stringy to me. P-sized ball on the middle of your CPU. I don't know how big P's are. Maybe his P's are bigger than my P's. So I'm gonna do a... Oh wow, it's really just P-sized, isn't it? Okay, I'm just gonna use fucking all of it. YOLO, bro. What is the worst that could happen, right? Besides flames and imminent death. So according to them, this is the best method to do it. The guy that I watched, he put on a clear plate and it spread nicely. Apparently if you wipe it over, it just like pours off the edges and stuff like that. So I'm going to try the P method, see how this goes. Okay, I hope I'm doing this right. Sorry about the awkward angle, but I had literally no other place to put it. So I was told just literally put it down like this. What could possibly go wrong? Doesn't seem right at all. But you know what? I'm going to risk it for the biscuit, baby. Risk it for the biscuit. There we go. That is almost certainly not right, but what is, bro? It's just my gaming computer that earns me money. I mean, it's not like I desperately need this computer to function. Yeah, apparently I'm supposed to screw it in some kind of a cross pattern. I really hope this is aligned. If it's not, well, we should smell flames, right? I'm going to try and hold it as stably as possible, but from what I can tell, the more disgusting your screwdriver, the better. They said it's critically important that you screw it in a cross direction for even distribution of, I think it was torque. Kind of makes sense. So I'm going to go a bit here, and then I'm shaky as shit. I think I need more coffee. More in here, more in here. And then start over. So there, there, there. Come on. I'm not sure how tight this needs to be, which is slightly concerning actually. Come to think of it, like I don't stress quickly, but kind of fucking stressing now. As the reality hits me, I realize that I'm screwing water and pumps and thermally conductive electronic grease all over my CPU. And whilst the system's old, kind of my money maker. Well, not anymore, but imminent flames inbound. Okay, that feels pretty tight. It looks tight. What do you think? Does it look good? I think it looks incredible. Good lord. Look at that. Sexy. And I haven't even cleaned the machine yet. It's still full of dust and stuff. Hey dude, are you ready? Are you feeling it? Give me a high five. There you go. I got your present. Take care. Here. This is for you. This is yours now. Good boy. Oh, it's in and it's looking fresh. It is looking so fresh. Turn it on. I'm a little bit nervous. I hope I don't see fire or water. 3, 2, 1. Oh, the fans aren't working. No. Oh, yeah, I think it was like a BIOS thing maybe. Whew. It's looking fresh. Oh, that's looking fresh. I'm trying to smell for like fire. I can't smell fire. Look how neat that looks. Good God. So I think it's time to, first, before I do anything, Jesus, I should probably turn this off and test my CPU temperatures first, because that could have been catastrophic. But before I take it inside, I figured, I mean, we're in such a nice location, why don't we just do epic shots? So let's go. And we are back. Okay, I'm starting the recording. I'm going to try and make this, again, like I said, as raw as possible. I'm going to open up my hardware monitor and just see for real. Whoa, that's cool. Okay, so it's idling about 20 degrees less off the bat. For nothing actually running other than my recording software. That's it. No Rust, no anything. So just the recording software is running and my open hardware monitor. I'm going to open up Rust again quickly, and I'm going to try and replicate the situation I was in. And we are back in. I'm going to light my torch. I'm going to do a bunch of things now. Just move around, you know, hit things. Basically just, you know, strain the CPU a little bit. Ah, interaction. Oh, hello. Calm down.
You fucker. You fucker. You again.
Hey, buddy. How's it going? You well?
What's up, man?
Oh, can I share a trick?
No, you're gonna kill yourself. Go, go, go.
No, I'm not, I swear. I just want to share a trick.
Mr. Flak, how's it, bitch?
Hey, bro, how's it going? Dude, can you kill me, please?
Enjoy, yeah?
What a legend. Okay, so I'm running around, just doing my thing, you know, gathering, simulating in-game Rust, basically just doing a bunch of things. I'm going to go towards the water. You know, the water's got their reflections, and you know, just try and get the CPU to work and do stuff. Gonna minimize. Oh, wow. Okay. Look at that, eh? Literally on 45, 50 degrees. Literally on 45, 50 degrees. This is insanity. What I'm gonna do, crank up all of my graphics, like turn everything to the max. Everything here. Turn on a bunch of these things. Seems okay. I don't have anti-aliasing or whatever you call it on. I just want you to actually try and strain the CPU at this stage, not perfect the graphics. I know that there's all sorts of things like overclocking and stuff that I can do. I'm not doing that now, I just want to check temperature. It's my main goal. Honestly, I'm not getting it very high. I actually try to strain it as much as possible. It doesn't seem to be getting any hotter. Now, I know I can still overclock. In fact, I might even try to start overclocking. I know Rust is very CPU intensive. So now that my CPU is running a lot cooler, I think I can crank up my cores a bit, you know, extract some more performance from there. But you can see on everything on highest, I'm getting roughly 55 to 60 frames for my old 970 graphics card. I mean, it's a piece of shit, but kind of works, so I'm excited. So the cooler also comes with like a 3-button controller. It allows you to go forwards and backwards through its color cycles. It's got a couple of fades, couple of mixes, very interesting colors pre-saved, which is pretty cool. It also has a speed button which allows you to change the speeds of the transitions and cycles, or of the fades, or you know, that type of thing. It's very simple, but if you do have a more modern motherboard, like I know it's got the RGB fusion from Aurus, it's also got the Acer support, it's also got the MSI support. So if you do have a modern motherboard with RGB support on board, you can actually control it with software. However, if you are like me and you've got an older motherboard, you can just use the small controller, change the cycles like that. It does save, so when you switch your computer off, you don't have to, you know, reprogram it every time, which is pretty cool. But I mean, for $60, or call it 1,000 Rand if you're South African, it is a very good cooler. I'm very impressed with the quality. Everything feels good. So I've been using it for about a month now at the time of recording this particular outro. It's the 27th of October, so it is very good for what you pay. I highly recommend it. If you guys want to pick yourself up one, please go to bigski.co.za, order yourselves a kit, check out with code misterflak, and you'll get 5% off your own cooler, which is pretty dank. Thank you so much for watching this very quick review of the water cooler. I understand that there's probably tons of potential left in this cooler. Now that I've gotten my temperatures so cool, I suspect I can do a lot of overclocking of my existing onboard components. Also, I just released a Call of Duty Modern Warfare video. For some reason, it's getting atrocious views. And because this is the army, a woman bursts in the tent, and I can only assume she's there to collect people's lunch order. Clearly this guy's going to make it. He probably has a family back home that, oh my word, generic white lady is getting court-martialed for not keeping the kitchen fully stocked. Mia Khalifa and Thor's unemployed cousin end up shooting a dog, and why CrossFit Syria's membership is at an all-time low. So if you do watch it and you do like it, please let me know. Give me an honest thumbs up or an honest thumbs down so that I know that I'm on the right path. I see there's a lot of thumbs up on the video. People liked it. I mean, have a look. Thank you again to my Patreons who, now that my views are absolutely shite, support me in ways that you cannot quite understand. So the guys that are on screen, thank you guys so much. Without you, I literally could not exist. So thank you again for your support. If you want to join the Patreon squad, follow me on Twitter. Look how sad my life is on Instagram. Follow me on that purple streaming service, which I'm not allowed to mention. Or join the ultimate Discord. Please be sure to click on all of my social links in the video description below. Thank you again for watching, and as always, Flak out.